This is the Isle of Skye.
Arguably the most beautiful island in Scotland and my personal favourite. Found off the northwest coast, the Isle of Skye is famous for its breathtaking rock formations, expansive views, and a certain mystical quality you'll experience while there. As a local Scottish tour company, we've led thousands of tours up to and around Skye. And so in this video, we're presenting you with the top 10 locations to visit. I'll even throw in my personal favorite, a true hidden gem towards the end of the video. Location number 1, the Old Man of Storr. Top of any traveler's list when visiting Skye, the Storr is an impressive rock formation on the Trotternish Peninsula, said to be the thumb of an ancient giant. Accessible on foot after a 30 to 40 minute hike up the hillside, seriously, it's worth the effort. The views are spectacular. I recommend even climbing up to the base of the Old Man to have a view of the Needle on one side and the expanse of the island on the other. Location number 2, the Fairy Glen. One of the more mystical spots on the Isle of Skye, the Fairy Glen is another unique landscape. Its odd-shaped hills and this particular rock jutting out of the ground are supposedly home to the Fae. It's no wonder that folklore around the fairies spread across the entire Isle of Skye, as you'll certainly feel the mystery while walking these hills. Location number 3, Dunvegan Castle. For over 800 years, this castle has been home to the MacLeods and their clan chief. It's a castle that you can still go inside and tour today. Don't forget to visit the castle's extensive garden, see the ancient fairy flag, and hear the long history this castle holds. Location number 4, Duntulm Castle. A much less majestic castle sits on the furthest north coast of the Trotternish Peninsula. Duntulm Castle was the seat of the MacDonald clan of Sleat, but was abandoned around the mid-18th century. One local legend tells the castle was abandoned after the infant son of a chieftain fell out of the window and was dashed on the rocks below. The nursemaid in charge was set adrift in the North Atlantic as punishment for her negligence. Location number 5, Kilt Rock. So aptly named for the vertical layers of rock that have been exposed along the coast, resembling the pattern of tartan on a kilt. The view is stunning, and there's no walking required to reach it. As a bonus, if you come when there's a strong wind passing through, you may hear the angelic whistle of the wind through the metal fence overlooking the falls. Location number 6, Neist Point. While Neist Point is quite a drive away from the other attractions, it is probably the most stunning view on the island. Prepared to be blown away by the strong winds as the area is very exposed to the elements. But you can even walk all the way up to the lighthouse at the end point. Location number 7, the Fairy Pools. A series of beautiful pools tumbling down the Cuillin Mountains, perfect for the brave wild swimmers among us. These frigid waters are often visited by local wildlife, including red deer, rabbits, and a vast number of birds. They're also supposedly a gateway to the fairy realm. Location number 8, Portree. The capital and largest town on the Isle of Skye, Portree is one of the most picturesque towns in all of Scotland. It contains a harbour, various cliffside viewpoints, and the Isle of Skye Candle Company visiting centre, for those looking for the perfect souvenir. Location number 9, the Quiraing. Whether you have time to hike along the Quiraing or simply drive through the unbelievable landscape as I did, you won't be disappointed. The short drive up the winding road here was probably my favourite drive in Scotland, and I've driven everywhere. Location number 10, my personal favourite location, the Spar Caves. Now these caves are not for everyone. They're not easy to access and are only available when the tide is low, but for the adventurers among us, they are very much worth the effort. I've been to the caves twice now, and even swam inside the inner cave pools. It is my absolute favourite location on Skye, and a place I'll always want to come back to. So there you have it, our top 10 locations on the Isle of Skye. You know, you can even travel to Skye with us on a 3-day tour that includes many of these locations and a lot of others along the way, up through the Highlands of Scotland. You can check out the itinerary through a link I'll leave in the description, but whatever you do, make sure checking out the Isle of Skye is on your next Scotland trip itinerary.